Hi students, in this section we're going to be working with solving multi-step equations. In the last two previous sections they were mostly one-step equations we were solving, so this section we're going to be working with multi-step equations. So there's no real definitions, we're just going to jump right into some examples of what you're going to be seeing when you do the bookwork. First example here, it says solve, you have half times x minus 5 equals 10. You want to solve for x, you want to figure out the value for x, we want to get x all by itself. So, first step we're going to add 5 to both sides. On the left side, negative 5 and positive 5 cancel. So we have half x equals 10 plus 5 is 15. We're still trying to solve for x, so now we have this fraction half. How do we get rid of that? Well, when we're working with fractions, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. On the left, we multiply by the reciprocal on the right. On the left, half and 2 over 1 cancel, so I'm left with x equals 15 times 2 is 30. 30 over 1 just becomes 30. So x equals 30 is my answer for example number 1. Example number 2, this is solving multi-step equations with first combining like terms. On the left side, the terms we combine here are going to be 2x and negative 9x. When we combine that, we take 2x minus 9x, which gives me a negative 7x. Plus 17 equals negative 4. We're solving for x, so let's take care of the number that stands alone first. So let's subtract 17 first to both sides. On the left side, positive 17 and negative 17 cancel. So I'm left with negative 7x equals negative 4 plus a negative 17 gives me a negative 21. Now I'm going to divide negative 7 to both sides to get that x by itself. So x is going to equal negative 21 divided by negative 7 gives me a positive 3. So x equals 3. Example 3, this is working with distributive property, working with the multi-step equations. So here we have 3 times in the parentheses x minus 2. Now there's 2 ways you can go about solving this. You can distribute this and distribute 3 to the x and 3 to the 2. So we get 3 times x gives me 3x minus 3 and 2 is 6. So minus 6 equals 18. I can add 6 to both sides. So I get 3x equals 24. I'm going to divide 3 to both sides. So x is going to equal 8. Another way we could have solved this, if we rewrite the original 3 parenthesis x minus 2 equals 18, instead of distributing, we could actually divide 3 to both sides. So what I'm left with on the left side is x minus 2 equals, well, 18 divided by 3 gives me 6. And if I add 2 to both sides, 6 plus 2 gives me 8. So x equals 8, it means equals the same thing. So you can first take care of the number outside of the parentheses. Here we divided 3 to both sides and then solved what was left in the parentheses. The other one we did distribute by multiplying the number outside of the parentheses to each situation inside. But at the end, whatever method you understand the best, you do end up getting the same answer. So with example number 4, they're wanting us to solve for x working with, notice we have a fraction outside of the parentheses here. We have negative 4 ninths times, in the parentheses, 2x minus 4, which equals 48. Now, the second method I showed you on the previous slide, on this slide, this method here, that method is going to work best when you are looking at example problems like this. So what's going to be easiest to solve this is to take care of this -4/9 first. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal here on the left. Remember, when you're solving equations, whatever you do to one side, you have to do the same to the other. So multiply by 9 over -4 on the right. On the left side, that -4/9 will cancel since we multiplied by the reciprocal. So I'm left with 2x minus 4 on the left equals 48 times 9. That is going to give you a number of 432 over -4. Let's simplify 432 over -4, and that becomes -108. And on the left side, we still have left that 2x minus 4. I'm still solving for x, so let's add 4 to both sides. -4 and +4 cancel. So I'm left with 2x equals -108 plus 4 is going to give me -104. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and x equals -52, and that'll be my answer.